Say hi to Willow. Oh, look behind. That's a Java.
To work together today.
I'm doing a
I'm
little
gonna take
horsey
advantage
review.
of
Oh,
your arena and throw some stuff at you. How does that sound?
this is Willow.
Sound like a good
She's a
idea?
therapy horse. I'm at the
Let's
therapy
do,
barn.
okay?
And I thought I'd do some reviews whilst my husband plays with the
Here,
snow.
I hope we can do this. Hold this.
Yesterday it snowed like, I think we got 10 inches yesterday. So I am still snowed in.
Walk this way then. There you go.
And
I
yeah,
know
so
it's
while I'm
very
snowed in, and hopefully I can get out today. It snowed
hard for you.
yesterday,
It's
didn't have
frozen.
blankets on my girls,
So
but I'm
go
going
ahead.
out today to put blankets on them because we're going down to single digits
Got away
and
from me.
wind chills below 30 degrees. So now that the snow's stopped, it's usually it was like 30 degrees yesterday,
Wanna walk
so
over
they
to
would
the
have
arena?
been hot even though it was snowing yesterday. So this is
Come on,
Willow.
get away from me, thank you.
Let her grab a bite in going in between the barn. I'm just walking with her to the arena. And I'm working with Willow today because I went and spoke with my boss
You've been
and
being a
said,
good girl. You've just been a
as
little
far as my
nervous.
task at hand on what I was doing with the other two, I said they've kind of, it's just like
We're gonna
repeating
play with some
ABCs at
flying
this point. I
objects
don't want to
today.
bore
How does
them.
that sound?
So I'm working with Willow today because she's a
Yes,
good
good
therapy
morning.
horse, but she's been having a little bit of
Can
issues
you get along with horses,
with
Willow?
like toys flying over her head, throwing
Good.
bean bangs on,
Nothing about it
over
yet.
her or off of
They're not
her.
too bad.
So my goal is to take
Great.
her into the arena today and work with her. So I always start out at Liberty with the horses, let them run off any squirrels, let them have a chance to roll, stretch, enjoy themselves, and see if they're in tune with wanting to be with me or wanting to be on their own. Just kind of getting a read on where my horses feels before I actually ask the horse to do anything. So I can see right now she's not sure what I'm asking of her because I'm not sure if other people do this with her. So I'm just kind of letting her get her squirrels out. Got the long lead on her here, and because she wasn't really sticking with me. So now that I know that, I'm going to see how she responds to asking her to move her feet, trying to do a little energy. And I think with her, she really did seem very, she had a lot more go than woe. She wasn't sure what I was asking. Here I'm just asking her to stop moving. And as soon as she stops, hopefully I stop. There we go. We release all pressure and say, that's all I really wanted. Now, then she reacted to a noise here. So instead of, I didn't, that wasn't her fault. So I just asked her to walk on out and just kind of walk that off. Again, I didn't ask for this trot. So again, I'm letting her know that I'm not really asking for a trot. Just walking is really all I want to do. And see how she doesn't know what I want. She's like, what's the problem? And I'm trying to keep my energy super low. And she's doing that all on her own. So I'm trying to, again, keep pressure off of her. And then once she gives me a little bit of there we go, a little walk and release and let her know. I'm trying to release her pressure at the walk to let her know that's all I'm asking. Now she gave me exactly what I wanted. Looking at her back end, asking her to there. And now we know we're talking to each other. So that's what I started with Willow. Before I do anything with a horse, I'm going to see where they're at, if there's other holes in their training, because usually when you find that the horse is being reactive to something, it's because they're not trusting. So I could see right here, because the way she's like, well, what do you want? What do you want? I'm in the arena. I'm supposed to do something. That part of the issue is this right here. So we're gonna make sure she's calm with us, and then we'll try on. Now where I put the camera wasn't that great. She's a beautiful horse though. She is a what do you mix of a gypsy and a Clydesdale. She's 15'1". That's how tall she is. She's not tall, but look at the size of those feet. I love those feathers. They look really cool. Here I'm looking at her back end, asking her to yield her hindquarters. I'm doing a little walking, leading to driving. I learned this from Steve Young. ask for a yield, look at the back end, walk off as soon as we get what we want, take a pressure away, asking that for that shoulder to go away. Looking at the shoulder, she steps out. Again, we're asking to bring that shoulder out. There we go. Beautiful. That's beautiful. So that's what I'm kind of doing with her here, right here now. There I'm showing you the foot. Those feet are just, here, let's see if we can move back to this. So here I'm just trying to get her calm. And I don't know if I dropped the lead rope here. If I do. So I'm asking for a head down cue, letting her know when you're here, when you're stopped. There's nothing to worry about. You can, when you're in the middle of the arena, just relax, chill. So here I have her ground tied, and I'm picking her feet up. Look how big those feet are. They're just so big. There's that Clydesdale. Now, although she's not, but she's still, you just feel the size of her. Even though she's only 15.1, she's still a substantial animal. So with her, my worry was she sometimes was not doing very good with personal space at first, and my safety worry was those big feet and people not being aware of where they're at in time and space. So, and that would of course be the person's fault, but of course, I guess that's the one thing I feel like sometimes at the therapy barn is we don't try to say give the horse a break. We don't acknowledge that anytime the horse misbehaved, it's usually, it always is it has something to do with their environment or what was asked of them or how it was asked of them. And we tend to give all the excuses to the humans and no excuses to the animal for just being a horse, the horse for being a horse. So that was kind of cute that she kind of wandered off. I told her she could. Oh, yep. I wanted to see if she would just play. Also seeing if she's going to the gate, which she probably is. I'm throwing out some toys so we can work on some throwing. It's kind of fun watching through it. I wanted to see how she reacted when I started throwing stuff. Curiosity is always a good thing. I like it when the horse is curious about things that are happening around it. I don't remind, if the first response is to kind of like, well, give it space because you don't know, that's fair. And if the second response is, well, what the heck was that? That's even better. I kind of like that. So here again, we're trying to get her to choose to be with us, but she didn't choose to be with us, so we'll have to put a lead rope on her. So this kind of also tells me that she doesn't really enjoy her job as much as she could. So she's in the corner here. Of course, the treats are over here. So she really wants to be with the cookies because she likes her food. So here I threw out a bunch of bean bags. You can't hardly see them all, but I threw out a whole bunch of bean bags. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on things going over her head. We're going to work on things being thrown around her. And we're just going to start with giving her space and seeing what kind of reaction we get. And she seemed to be okay with that. That was no big deal. So now we come to the other eye, do the same thing. And we got a little bit of a movement, so we're just going to ask for that foot to go back one step, put her back where she was, and say that's where you need to be. Relax right here. You don't need to worry when there's stuff flying around. Just relax. No one's ever going to hurt you in here. So again, we're going to the other eye, maybe a little further back. Let her know that it's safe. And toss, and that was good. Again, that head down, looking at it, that was just beautiful. So it was, not only was it curious, but it was also like, okay, something weird happened. Sometimes if I put my head down, it'll go away, and that's perfectly fine. So this is kind of what we worked on all day. Kicking things, again, just letting, I think at some point here, yeah, I was just now here. You can't really see her very good because the way I have the video, but I'm just asking her to reach out and touch the object on her own. So let's see if we're anything good. And here I do the same thing with the hula hoops over your head. Maybe you let me put her over your head, over your ears. How do you feel about this? Although I'm looking at her to judge her reaction, I'm trying not to eyeball her too much. I don't want her to take the pressure as me putting pressure on her. So there's a difference between when I put pressure on you versus, no, you can't go outside, honey. Daddy's doing snow blowing. Yeah, Daddy's snow blowing. I know. Oh, I know. I cooked a bunch of chicken last night, so she wants that. Um, this part too. Um, yeah, so I cooked a bunch of chicken last night. I know I did. And because it was cheap, and I'm going to make a stew out of it, and it's for dinners, enchiladas, and stew. I think I have enough meat for both. But Phoebe says, what did you say? No, don't make enchiladas. Feed it to me, Mama. She's being really cute. So here again, we're just desensitizing her to just. Now you see I'm holding it, and I don't know if you can see me gripping and ungripping, gripping and ungripping. So every time she feels that light little gripping, adding a little bit more pressure to the lead rope, and then every time she gives me a little bit of what I'm asking, I'll ungrip to release that pressure. Just it's slight, but it's enough to let her know the difference between giving an ask versus saying thank you for the ask or thank you for the response. So here we're throwing some stuff at her. Jenny's practicing to see how good she is at making it in the hula hoop, and I think I'm not that good. So, yeah. Really, Charlie? Oh, gosh. Again, he's outside snow blowing, and now the little creature's in here. I know, it's much worse than you are. It is, Phoebe. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. Again, just kind of showing her around. So we're playing with her. I don't know if we ever got her dressed. So we're just working on being silly, getting her used to saying, okay. I haven't got any reaction that I think, look, that time I just threw it at her. And she's doing this. Look at that head. That head's good. I'm happy with this responses I'm getting. I haven't, when she first came in the arena, I felt she was a little, what the heck was that? Sorry. That was me yelling at Phoebe and Charlie. Phoebe told Charlie to get lost. And now Charlie's in Phoebe's spot under my desk. So the lead rope lying on the ground, some people, whatever, this is being ground tied. This is what being ground tied is about. So here, I think we drag the hula hoop with the rope accidentally. And we got a little response there. But again, a response I can handle. Or a reaction. I guess that was more of a reaction than a response. But the reaction was like, yeah, and I have no problem with that. And then we're showing a little bit of signs of curiosity again. So it's like, oh. So now here I'm looking at her a little bit. So now she's a little confused because I'm looking right at her. And she's like, are you asking me something or what's going on? But she was good. I'm happy with all of those things. So I will play with her a little bit more on and off. This is the one time she broke her stand. Okay, I'm in the cookie corner giving treats, and that's all there was to that. So sorry for the little doggy interruptions there, but I think, yeah, I think Willow did really, really good. And so that was me on this date is so wrong. Mike, it doesn't know what year it is. It is actually currently it's January 13th, 2024. I think I filmed this on the 20 on Thursday last no on Tuesday or whatever Monday, whatever day that was. Anyways, somewhere around the 6th. So that's that. Now I have to pick up all my toys. The worst part of playing with my horses. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later.